Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the video. As you can tell by the title and the thumbnail that this is going to be my January wrap-up. Normally I do stats, but I'm too lazy to go grab my laptop to actually look at the stats. But as you can tell by this video length, this is really short because I read 3 books in January, so this is pretty easy for me to film. So let's just start with The Handmaid's Tale by Margaret Atwood, which this I read for school, but this, if you do not know, it is a dystopian where basically the world has changed and the female race is very controlled and very, what's the word? It's a very like almost archaic society. And we are following one of these handmaidens, which basically they are women that are picked to basically breed the new generation. And this I gave 3.5 stars because while I did enjoy it, and this is a book that I did want to read at some point, but I did end up reading it for school because out of the options for my class that I needed to read a book for, like out of the options, The Handmaid's Tale was the only one that I was actually interested in. Thus, me picking it. I did really enjoy it, and it did have a lot of interesting things to write about because I had to do like basically 3 mini essays on the book and about like the themes, the characters, and all of that. And yeah, I don't really have that many thoughts besides I did like it. I am now gonna probably watch the show at one of these points because I put off watching the show because I wanted to read the book. Now that I've read the book, I can watch the show. So next is Ice Planet Honeymoon, Rook and Harlow by Ruby Dixon. This is the 4.5 novella or the 3.5 novella, I cannot remember, in the Ice Planet Barbarian series. So it's basically like a 40-some page book about these 2 characters. And I gave this 3 stars. It was cute, it was simple. Did it blow me away? No. But was it a nice read that it was like a nice palate cleanser? Yes. The next book, the final book I read in January, which is weird to say because we've only talked about 2 books, but reading slump, but is The Ritual by Chantal Tessier. I don't actually know how the last name is pronounced, so I apologize. But this, basically, it is set in this college where we are following Blake and Archer. Blake is just your stereotypical classic, like I think she's a sophomore in like university, and Archer is a part of this secret society called the Lords, which is a very prominent like underground society of sorts that kind of essentially helps run the underground of a lot of crime and murder and all of that, and you're kind of recruited through this university. And in the Lord's senior years, which Archer's in, they basically get to choose a girl basically to do whatever they want with, and Archer ends up choosing Blakely, and it is a very, very, very interesting book. It is very dark. I gave this 4.5. I really enjoyed it. I think the only thing that kept me from giving it a 5 was 2 factors. One is it took me forever to read. I think it took me like almost 3 weeks to read with the audiobook, and there were some parts that I couldn't get in. And the second reason is because this is a book that I gave my ex a list of books for me to read, and I was like, hey, pick one. And he chose this one, and then I was about halfway through the book, and then he dumps me. So I wasn't in the right mind space when I finished the book. So I think that did damper my experience because of, I was reading this like dark romance, which the romance was cute in the book, and then I'm sitting there now single, had been dumped in a very bad way, and so my mind wasn't focusing on the book the way it should have. I hope that eventually my love for this book overshadows the context of me reading it and the reason why, and my life events surrounding when I was reading this book. Because I feel like it does have that potential to be like a 5-star if I just distant myself from not only the book, but the event that happened while I was reading the book. But we shall see. It is good. I really liked Archer and Blakely because they are very much like polar opposites. She's very like, not innocent per se, but like, for example, she was a virgin when she first blocked Archer. So she very quickly got corrupted, and gosh damn, the spicy scenes were very interesting. But overall, in general, it is a good book. It is well written, and it is very, very dark, so definitely check out the trigger warnings. But I definitely will continue the series because I love the characters. I liked the side characters too, so I'm excited to kind of see their stories because I know that there's a couple that have their own books. So yeah, those were the 3 books that I read in January. I have been in a slump, a very bad slump the last like 5 months. I think it's been like since like September where I've been in a slump. I'm hoping to get out of it. As I've said in like previous videos, February is just the month of hopefully rediscovering my love for reading and just overall being happy with what I'm reading and happy in life. So that's what we're working towards. So far we're doing okay. So that's good. But yeah, let me know what is one book that you read in January. I'd love to hear about that book in the comments below. And I really hope you enjoyed this really quick wrap up. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you did enjoy it, as it really helps my channel grow, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!